Hey y'all, it's Shar. I'm back in these YouTube streets and I'm really ready to get this discussion going. Since you're here, you've already seen the title, so you know what we're going to be talking about. I won't hold you long, but this Jussie Smollett situation has been taking over our lives for about the past 2 weeks, so I figured it was time to discuss it. Alright, for those of you who don't know, Jussie Smollett is an actor. He has a sister, Journey Smollett, who's an actress as well. We've seen her over the years in numerous TV shows and movies, but Jussie's career really began to take off when he was cast as Jamal in the hit Fox TV show Empire. In his role on the show, Jamal is part of the Lion family that has built a thriving record label. He is one of 3 sons and is the singer of the bunch, who also happens to be gay on the show and in real life. So now that I've given you just a little bit of background of the show, let's get into his real life. Just a few weeks ago, on January 29th, Jussie was up late or early, around 2 a.m., and was a little hungry, so he decided to walk to a nearby 24-hour Subway in the city of Chicago to get some food. While he was walking, he says he heard someone yell at him, "Hey." The first time he didn't acknowledge it, but the second time the voice said, "Hey, aren't you that N-word, F-word from Empire?" Out of nowhere, 2 men rushed toward him and began to attack him. They fought him, poured bleach on him, and tied a noose around his neck and said, "This is MAGA country," allegedly. Now, according to Jussie, he then went to the hospital where he was treated for minor injuries and left afterwards. He was initially hesitant to call the police, but his manager called for him to report the incident. Now, in the beginning, there was a huge outpouring of support and empathy for Jussie as we learned what happened to him. He also was cleared by a doctor to perform at a show, and he clarified a few things about his injuries and called himself the gay Tupac. But since the story broke, there have been several twists and turns within it to allude to him making false statements, the whole thing being a hoax. They've even said that he was looking for sex and he paid 2 Nigerian guys who were arrested and released and were also extras on Empire a few years back to orchestrate the attack. Jussie did a Good Morning America interview with Robin Roberts to presume his innocence and also tell his side of the story and attempt to fill in a few holes that we thought were there. Answering questions like why he was out so late and why he refused to turn over his phone to the police. Now, to some, that interview made things worse for him and magnified some of the inconsistencies said to be in his story. To me, it gave slightly a little more depth, but y'all know how things are when most people are on the fence about something or don't have all the details. They nitpick and read into things a little differently just to try to make sense of it all. That could sometimes be helpful, but most of the time, it's just not. So, since we have a little bit of background information about the story now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Y'all know how I do. I have a few questions for you. Do you believe Jussie Smollett was attacked and that he was not involved in orchestrating the attack? Why or why not? I personally am not sure what's going on here since there seems to be a new development in this story every few hours. All I can do is pray for Jussie and hope that he hasn't bamboozled us all. He still has my support until they can show real proof that he made this up. Notice I said show. Since a lot of these developments are coming from unknown sources, we honestly don't know exactly who we are getting our information from. So let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about mass insanity. We all know insanity is doing something over and over again but expecting different results. Mass just means everyone or a group or a bunch in this sense. So, when it comes to the Chicago Police Department, Why are we so quick to believe them yet discredit Jussie when we know their track record? Over and over again, we've seen them lie, cover up, and withhold evidence in cases over the years. Think about it. You have Kanika Jenkins, Laquan McDonald, hell, even R. Kelly has. It's a known fact that they've skewed these cases or tried to so that the outcome would somehow work in their favor or make them look good. Now, looking at Jussie's track record, most people who know him personally have said that he is the nicest person and he has such a light about him and would never hurt anyone. So, why is it so easy for us to sway with the blows of the wind as information from the police department comes out? Knowing their history, but it's not hard for us to discredit Jussie. Someone who has no history of doing things like this whatsoever should also be given the benefit of the doubt, right? It seems like in this case, just as with others I've seen in the past, people are taking whatever the media puts out to be fact, even if it means blaming or shaming the victim, which is problematic for so many reasons. In my personal opinion, the media is seemingly taunting us, putting out these multiple updates from sources who, for most, we don't even know their identity. Oh, except that shady-ass Chicago Police Department, who I, like most, will probably forever side-eye. Anyway, y'all, I told you this wouldn't be long. I just had to make a video and get some thoughts and feedback about it since the story was just so big. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Is Jussie Smollett telling the truth? Should we just trust the Chicago PD? Do you think Jussie would risk his career and his freedom over a lie? This thing is just a mess, y'all. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel so you'll never miss an upload. It's Char Takes Over signing out, and I'll catch you on the next video.